A very good afternoon to all. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Myself Sanchita Sanal, a first year law student from Galgottias University and currently working as a legal intern at Lexis & Company. So today my video is all about the Union Budget of 2020-2021, which was passed by our Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on 1st of February 2021. This union budget is significant as well as it is important. Why? Because it was for the first time in the history of the country that a paperless budget was presented by our finance minister. Now let us look what this union budget talks about. Presenting the union budget for 2021 to 2022, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said that the budget proposals for this financial year rest on 6 pillars: health and well-being, physical and financial capital and infrastructure, inclusive development for aspirational India, innovation and R&D, reinvigorating human capital, minimum government and maximum government. Significant announcements included a slew of hikes in customs duty to benefit Make in India campaign, proposal to disinvest 2 more PSBs and a general insurance company, and numerous infrastructure pledges to poll-bound states. Fiscal deficit stands at 9.5% of the GDP and is estimated to be 6.8% in 2021 to 2022. Personal income tax slabs remain as it is. So what are the highlights of this year's budget? First is about health and sanitation. A new scheme titled PM Atmanirbhar Swasthya Bharat Yojana to be launched to develop primary, secondary and tertiary healthcare. Second is Mission Poshan 2.0 to improve outcomes across 112 aspirational districts. So these two are the health and sanitation. So a new scheme titled PM Atmanirbhar Swasthya Bharat Yojana to be launched to develop primary, secondary and tertiary healthcare. Mission Poshan 2.0 to improve nutritional outcomes across 112 aspirational districts. Operationalization of 17 new public health units at points of entry. Modernizing of existing health units at 32 airports, 15 seaports and land ports. Jal Jeevan Mission Urban aimed at better water supply nationwide, strengthening of urban Swachh Bharat mission. These all are the highlights in the field of health and sanitation. Second is about education. 100 new Sainik schools to be set up through this budget, 750 Eklavya schools to be set up in tribal areas, a central university to come up in Ladakh, and we already know about that. Sindhu Central University is to be established in Ladakh very soon, and if you want to know about this, then you can please visit my previous video that I have given an overview of the establishment of the Sindhu Central University. Then the next highlights in the field of infrastructure. Vehicle scrapping policy to phase out old and unfit vehicles, all vehicles to undergo fitness test in automated fitness centers every 20 years for personal vehicles and every 15 years for commercial vehicles. Highway and road works announced in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal and Assam. National Asset Monetizing Pipeline launched to monitor asset monetization process. National Rail Plan created to bring a future-ready railway system by 2030. 100% electrification of railways to be completed by 2023. Metro services announced in 27 cities, plus additional allocations for Kochi Metro, Chennai Metro Phase 2, Bangalore Metro Phase 2A and B, Nasik and Nagpur metros. National Hydrogen Mission to be launched to generate hydrogen from green power sources. Recycling capacity of ports to be doubled by 2024. Gas pipeline project to be set up in Jammu and Kashmir. Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, that is LPG scheme, to be extended to cover 1 crore more beneficiaries. Now, what is about tax? What are the changes in the tax? No IT filing for people above 75 years who get pension and earn interest from the deposits. Reopening window for IT assessment cases reduced from 6 to 3 years. However, in case of serious tax evasion cases, rupees 50 lakh or more, it can go up to 10 years. Affordable housing projects to take a tax holiday for 1 year. Compliance burden of small trust whose annual receipts does not exceed rupees 5 crore to be eased. Then duty of copper scrap reduced to 2.5%, custom duty on gold and silver to be rationalized, duty on naphtha reduced to 2.5%, duty on solar inverters raised from 5% to 20%, and on solar lanterns from 5% to 15%. All nylon products charged with 5% custom duty. Tunnel boring machines to attract customs duty of 7%. Customs duty on cotton raised from 0 to 10%. Agriculture infrastructure and development cess proposed on certain items including urea, apples, crude soya bean and sunflower oil, crude palm oil and crude palm oil, kabuli chana and peas. Now, what are the changes in the field of economy and finance? Fiscal deficit stands at 9.5% of the GDP, estimated to be 6.8% in 2021 to 2022. Proposal to allow states to raise borrowings up to 4% of GSDP this year. A unified securities market code to be created, consolidating provisions of the SEBI Act, Depositories Act and 2 other laws. Proposal to increase FDI limit from 49% to 74%. An asset reconstruction company will also be set up to take overstressed loans. Deposit insurance increased from rupees 1 lakh to rupees 5 lakh for bank depositors. Now, next is proposal to decriminalize Limited Liability Partnership Act of 2008, to PSU Bank and 1 General Insurance to be disinvested this year. An IPO of LIC to depart this fiscal. Strategic scale of BPCL, IDBI Bank and Air India to be completed. So this was all about the economy and the finance sector. Now, what are the changes in the field of agriculture? Agriculture Infrastructure Fund to be made available for APMCs for augmenting their infrastructure. 1,000 more mandis to be integrated into the eNAM marketplace. 5 major fishing hubs including Chennai, Kochi and Paradip to be developed. A multi-purpose seaweed park to be established in Tamil Nadu, and I think that's really interesting. The next is what are the changes in the field of employment. A portal to be launched to maintain information on gig workers and construction workers. Social security to be extended to gig and platform workers. Marginal capital required for loans via Stand Up India scheme reduced from 25% to 15% for SCs, STs and women. So these all were the highlights of the Union Budget of 2021 to 2022. Thank you so much for devoting your time and listening to my video. And if my video is really helpful, then do please like, share and comment. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel LexClick for more such informative videos. Thank you so much and have a nice day.